easy to lift in pieces. And these all reinforce and protect it when it's being schlepped around off carriages and onto ships and stuff like that.
So it's called campaign furniture.
Yeah.
Wow,
This one will fold down. I have one like this at home.
Yeah.
This leaf drops down, it becomes a writing desk. So inside that top compartment would
very
be
practical, yes.
Yeah, would be writing equipment and stuff like that. It's all lockable, of course. This is a document case, so perhaps his title deeds, his certificates of education. He claimed to have studied medicine at Edinburgh University, but Edinburgh says, we don't have any documentation from that. He is likely trained as a surgeon within the Navy. Surgeons in that era were trained more under a system like apprenticeship, where they would be attached to a proficient and experienced surgeon and learn their trade that way. Okay, so all lockable.
Is this for little vandals, just to
This
see
is
if people
just to
been
stop-
opening?
Yeah, to prevent people opening off, to prevent that falling
Sticky
forward.
begging. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that's lockable, government house in the dining room over there.
Lead lined for wine and stuff. And you've got ice in that as well. Sheffield silver candlesticks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sheffield as in the UK.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, in this end of the house, the candles would have been made of honey beeswax. Also, we didn't have European honeybees here at this point, so that was another luxury item. Out in the servants' part of the house, in the kitchen or in the outhouse, they would have had suet candles made of fat. Okay. Yes, exactly. Which isn't very nice in the heat, and it also attracts vermin.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when we get to the pantry, you'll see the little metal safe. Because these candles are a luxury item, I'll just take this bit out. If your guests weren't of a suitable social station, you could just spend one candle on the dinner table.
Ah, right. Instead of two.
If the MacArthurs were coming over from next door and you wanted to show off, you could put an extra one in. Or if someone else more important was coming.
Yeah, very good.
So there's a little story just attached to that simple, humble item of the candle.
Yeah.
It really is an indicator of social station. A Russian instrument, but the British obviously got wind of this. It's a samovar. Okay, so this would be not for making tea, just for keeping hot water. So your tea is going to be mixed by yourself or your maid over in the bowl there. You can see in the opening here, it's long enough that goes to the full depths, and an iron bar would be heated in the kitchen and kept in there to keep your hot water. You would bring hot water from the kitchen and fill this obviously, but the iron bar would keep it hot.
Oh, right, yeah.
Some people like to say, it was a gossipy English society, so the lady of the house didn't need to leave to go to the kitchen and get the maids to reboil the kettle or whatever. She could stay here and her visitors wouldn't gossip about her behind her back.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And yeah, she doesn't miss out on nothing, yeah.
That's right. During late Georgian and Victorian times, this was a very, very popular colour. It was used in wallpaper, it was used in paint, it was even used in ladies' dresses.
Wow.
Yep, and that's called arsenic green.
Arsenic green. So yes, there are medical illustrations from the period of the awful pustules that ladies broke out into after they were wearing arsenic next to their skin for so long.
Woo.
Because we just didn't know. If you have a very close look at the floral emblems about there, you can probably pick the floral emblems of 3 British countries.
So we've got the clover, the thistle, and the daffodil. Is it daffodil?
No daffodils there. That would be Dutch.
Yeah, I thought the what the Welsh like daffodils.
Yeah, Wales isn't represented there.
Okay.
Yeah, Wales gets short shrift often.
Okay. So no, I don't know this flower.
English rose. We've got English rose, the shamrock from Ireland, and the Scottish thistle.
Right, and this is an Irish item.
This is made in Ireland, yeah. Okay. Again, I can't lift it up because I haven't got my gloves on at the moment. This is a sewing kit, so the ladies might withdraw here and play cards. There's no card table in here at the moment. Actually, in the dining room there's a card table. But if I could lift that up, you'd see all the little compartments where they would keep their bobbins and threads and scissors and stuff like that. If you have a very close look at the floral emblems about there, you can probably pick the floral emblems of 3 British countries.
So we've got the clover, the thistle, and the daffodil. Is it daffodil?
No daffodils there. That
No.
would be Dutch.
Yeah, I thought the Welsh like daffodils.
Yeah, Wales isn't represented there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wales gets short shrift often.
Oh, okay. So no, I don't know this flower.
English rose.
Oh.
We've got English rose, the shamrock from Ireland, and the Scottish thistle.
Right. And this is an Irish item.
This is made in Ireland, yeah.
Okay.
Again, I can't lift it up because I haven't got my gloves on at the moment. This is a sewing kit, so the ladies might withdraw here and play cards. There's no card table in here at the moment. Actually, in the dining room there's a card table. But if I could lift that up, you'd see all the little compartments where they'll keep their bobbins and threads and scissors and stuff like that.
I'll give it the best shot.
Yeah, go on.
When I went to Vaucluse tour, house tour, I believe there's straw, horsehair,
Yeah.
and duck's feather or something.
You've got a good memory, yes. Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you know why the horsehair though? Why is the horsehair between the straw and the duck's feathers?
Something for the mite or
Yeah.
lice.
Yeah.
Tr-
If you've got
Yeah,
straw
tell me.
or hay, which is brought in from outside and stuffed into a mattress, you may well have wildlife in there.
Oh yeah.
Or it may come inside the house and make a bed in that straw.
Right.
So it won't come through the horsehair.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
So
buffer.
that's to protect, yeah.
All right.
And there's a few protective elements on this bed. So you probably don't have a tester above your bed at home.
Right.
But because there may well have been straw in the batten, between the battens in the plaster ceiling, this is not the original ceiling.
Yes.
Those bugs may have dropped
Yes.
during the night as well. So to prevent them
Yep.
dropping into your bed and onto your face, we have this to protect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the version that they didn't have ceilings, they had thatch roof. This is probably going back further.
Yeah.
So the thatch will fall down
Yeah.
on your face.
Yeah.
Same
that
thing.
makes sense too.
Yeah, that's the story I heard. yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever the ceiling was, it was to stop anything falling on you.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
But then it's sort of become a status symbol of a bed, hasn't it? So they just do it by default,
Does
even
look
if
more
they've got a
noble, doesn't
ceiling.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people comment about the proportions of the bed that it seems a bit shorter.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So the pillows propped up here are an indicator of why. You know this story too.
I
don't
think
you?
I know too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are two explanations given why people didn't sit with their head flat. They sat with their shoulders and neck propped up. I think the medical reason makes more sense to me. That a lot of respiratory ailments or diseases it's just more comfortable to sleep with your head raised than you know, when you have an awful cough or a cold, you don't want to lie flat during the night. So you keep your head propped up. Some people say that someone was only laid out flat when they were dead. So there's this superstitious reason, you know, you're not
Right.
going to sleep like a corpse.
It's pretty narrow too, not wide, isn't it? Two
Yeah.
people can get squashed in nicely
Yes, it
tight
would be-
and keep
if
warm.
Two people were in there, it would be very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any idea about what we might find alongside the bed? Because you just crossed over here to your ensuite.
Yep.
Okay.
I know what's in there.
Yeah,
A little bedpan.
that's right.
Yeah.
So this is a little discreet bedpan inside there.
Yeah.
Okay. And doubles as a set of steps to get up to the height. Any idea about why there's a little basket of fleece there?
Not sure that one.
There's no paper industry at this point.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
you got it.
Hey, what's that? Wool?
Yeah.
What was it?
Yep. That's.
Oh, they use that.
Yep.
Nice and soft.
Yeah, and it's reusable. You've got a maid to do the cleaning for
Oh, wash it, really?
Well,
and what
the maids-
antiseptic did they
you.
use?
Maid's already taking this out. Yeah, what did they use? Good question, because we don't know about sepsis at that point.
They
Mm.
would have hung it on the line.
Yeah.
Conversation.
These
Yes, that's right.
historic
yeah.
birds. They're
After
really
dinner,
old.
You have us gather around the collection and examine what
Talk about
everybody.
the latest collection.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at this poor bird with the Google eyes. Poor guy. Oh, wow, that's what's the top left one? Do you know?
There is a key to the birds in here. I don't remember.
Oh, they're quails. My son used to breed them.
I think they inserted it in
think.
when it came back. Is able to dump their trunk on top of yours. If you've got the rounded one, yours is always on top and accessible.
You get out first off the ship.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the airport carousel.
That's right. Everyone stands like this. Of course, that makes it work faster, doesn't it? So it's crocheted in the form of a jug.
Yeah, penny jug.
Yeah. And
What you put in is change, pennies.
yeah, bits of small change so that when someone comes to the front door selling you suet candles or a litre of a bottle of milk, not a litre, something like that, you've got some coins on hand to pay them with, or the maid. You could trust the maid with a few coins, not with some pounds.
Yeah.
Plaster under the wall, but when we go downstairs you'll see the original convict bricks which are behind all of that. So the colours that all of these rooms have been painted are in place because
The candle safe to stop the rats from eating.
the different markings that are in the top of each brick.
Yep.
So each gang of convicts had a quota of bricks that they were supposed to produce each month.
Oh, yeah.
And so they could prove how many they'd made, and anybody couldn't nick theirs and say, no, actually I made this lot. They each had a unique stamp to put in the top.
I just learnt something. And which gang won? Which brick making gang
I
won?
don't know,
you
it was
reckon?
so much a competition as just an expectation that to earn your keep, you had to do this much. And this is how you prove it.
Look at this one.
Yeah,
Shoot.
sure.
Oh wow, that's
So
really interesting.
There's a little mould, I think they call it a spigot or a sprocket.
See, that could have been. See, that's the
That's
horseshoe.
how
Yeah.
they did it.
Yeah.
There it is, a horseshoe.
And I wonder where they source the clay from.
Well, usually that comes from nearby a river. So we got.
And he sowed the first grain, so he's claiming that historical connection.
Yeah. But there's something else strange. Are you used to reading tombstones where there are statements in the first person? I did this. My mother.
Oh right, they're trying to be a bit of a legend, legacy.
James actually
ego.
carved his own tombstone. He knew he was at the end of his life. He carved this himself.
So he did that.
Obviously, someone else has put in the departure date.
Yeah, and actually,
Oh
if
yeah,
you look,
it's
it does
been
look
left out.
different
Yeah,
font, doesn't it?
Yeah, different fonts for dates.
Yeah.
Hang on, how did he know he's going to die in September?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They didn't leave enough room.
Yeah.
Had to abbreviate that.
Well, it's like people planning their own funeral.
Yeah.
He planned his.
Yeah.
last
So
The writing is different.
I guess for me it tells me a little bit about the character of the person. He's come to this point in his life where he's reflecting. He knows this is inevitable, and to me it feels like he feels like quite a humble man. He remembers his mum, and as I said to you earlier, he was a farming boy. He never owned a farm in England. He probably never even went to school. If he learned to read or write, if he had any education, that would have been really rudimentary. He's taught himself to read and write, or he's acquired some of those skills here, and you can see how his spelling's going.
Spelling it.
Yeah.
But has it changed, or is it because he couldn't spell?
Well, spelling wasn't regularized at this point. There was no Oxford English Dictionary at this point.
Right.
And some people say that when they hear this, they can hear his Cornish. When they read this, they can hear his Cornish accent coming through. So he's doing a pretty damn good job for an illiterate farm boy from England. Made it to the other side of the world, became a successful farmer, married, had a new family, and at the end of his life, he's doing this. So.
The withdrawing room. Not a drawing room. Queen Victoria, yeah. When she was young. The candles come in pieces, 2 pieces, 1 piece. So you can have 1 candle You can have 2 and take that off. You can have 3 candles depending who your visitors are. Just a card table. It folds up, does stuff. That's an old esky. Lead lined. Waterproof to put ice in it. Put wine in there. Stuff like that.
Is there somebody in there with you?
No, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, good. Sorry. I was a bit worried.
No, I was talking to myself. Okay, so this is, they say this is like a little family room, but they turn into a bedroom. So you've got 3 layers in here. 3 layers of, there's horsehair and, oh, yeah. Horsehair and duck feathers and straw. Straw's the middle one. Stop the bugs. Got a roof here to stop the thatch falling on the people's faces before they had ceilings. Bath. There's a little toilet in there. There's the butt with wool from the sheep's, merino sheep. Old clock. Okay, look at this room. It's Mr. Harris, John Harris, Ultimo house, bird collection. They all have these bird collections, just so they can talk and that. And that's a little owl, a mini one. And what's this? This is just chemicals. Bit of a chemistry set. This is a bedroom. Washing a face jug thing. Tub. This is the candle thing. Protect the candles from rats and burn them. Because I made it out of lard, out of fat. I made the candles out of fat. But the rich people got the honey bee candle wax from them, the rich people. But the poor people had lard. For candles, that's the cellar. It's an extension, just walk down. Backwards. Oh, it's a lot cooler here. That's an old Gregory's or UBD map. There's James Ruse headstone, and apparently he graved his own headstone, excuse me, and then later after he passed, to put the dates in and the year and his age. Oh, the old Sydney town. Let's have a look. First fleet. Look at the Sydney Cove. They call it a spring, head of spring. They've got a drawing. And the cove, Sydney Cove. But then look at the map, it's so limited because I haven't explored it really that much. I just know there's Sydney Harbour, which goes out to the heads, to the ocean. Or they go up this way, and this one goes to Parramatta, this river. I mean, that's all they knew sort of at the time of drawing that. 1788, around that time. Interesting, look at this journey. Look at the journey. Port Jackson. Oh yeah, the story about the convict bricks. So if you've ever noticed, they all have different patterns. For example, yeah, the reason for that is convicts had quotas to achieve, so they had to make a certain amount of bricks, and to stop thieving and other convict groups getting credit, they had to own those symbols. And for example, this symbol, this mold here, is a horseshoe, which matches up to that one. And so they all have these little things they put into the mud, the clay. This is a shoe shape. Got the clay from the rivers and stuff, made little convict bricks, and that's what all different for quota measuring reasons.